Good morning and welcome to our session. Today we are going to look at front office procedures, and we know that front office is part of the hotel, is a section that deals with guests. So it's the first place, the first contact where a person has when they enter. So some places, the small establishment, they call it a reception, but the big hotels is a front office. So we usually use this term to refer to sections that deal with the reservations, the room allocation, the billing, the guest and the payments to be done. So we have the roles of the front office that includes making of inquiries or handling inquiries for guests. We have reservation of rooms or services that a guest requires. Reception is the receiving, welcoming, and offering a guest a place to rest as they wait for the services from the hotel. We also have guest relations, issues that deal with matters that arise from guests and how to resolve them, and the billing of the accounts or whatever they have incurred or costs that they have incurred during their stay. So we have the different types of guests that we receive at at the front office. Sorry, we have VIPs. These are very important persons who come. Usually, they may reserve a place of their own. They may need entertainment. They may need a whole floor to themselves. They have suits that they require maybe, and there are people who are dignitaries or people who hold high positions in big corporate institutions or government. We also have tourists. These are people who are out for traveling for leisure for different purposes who visit the hotel. We also have corporate or business guests, those who have come. Maybe they are doing conferences, meetings, or trainings for their staff. So we also have the special needs guests. These are people who have special needs, like the elderly, those with the different forms of they're handicapped in one way or the other. So they may require special services like assistance to their room, transportation of their items, and being escorted to their room. Some may be visually impaired, they may be physically challenged, or having a hearing impairment. So these are the special needs guests that we receive. We also have walk-in guests. These are people who haven't made any reservations or bookings. So they just walk in and they just need a service, like the name suggests. So we have also residents, and residents are those that have been staying in the hotel for a week or more. So there are people who are being they have become like members. They've stayed longer in the hotel, and then we have non-residents. Those are people that have come into the hotel for other purposes other than accommodation. Maybe they're attending a birthday party, they're attending a brief or a training or a session. So they just come for other purposes, maybe even to eat or to take a beverage from the restaurant. And then we have the no show. Um, no show are those guests that have made reservations but do not show up on the expected day of arrival. So from there we have the front office procedures now, and the front office procedures are those procedures that take place during the when now the guest is there. So it follows the guest cycle, and the guest cycle is where the guest arrives, they stay in the hotel. From there, they they are billed, and then they check out. So these are the front office procedures you're talking about. So we begin first of all with the advance booking, or what we call reservation. So we are just booking and making advance arrangements for the room to be blocked for our sake before we arrive. So it follows the following procedure. First of all, you make an inquiry. You want to travel to the hotel or to visit the hotel or spend there for particular duration. So you ask or you make an inquiry, and then they determine the room availability by checking in their system if the room is available for that period that you want. So they check either from their computers or from the way they usually depends on the institution and how they do it. And then we have accepting or denying the reservation. So if the room is available, they'll accept it. If it is not, they'll deny it. So they'll tell you that the room is not available for that moment. So other reasons for denying, maybe the hotel may be full and they have no other room to sell. So if the room is available, they accept and we move to the next step, which is documenting the details. They check now the details that you give them. You give your details of who you're coming with, who you're traveling with, your personal information, where you're coming from, and the duration of your stay. And then from there, we confirm the request by sending a confirmation, maybe via email, or we can put into the system if you're using a property management system. It generates a confirmation number for you. So that is what will be sent to the guest to confirm that the reservation has been made. And then we do the maintaining of the reservation record, whereby we document it. Like if you're doing manual system, you file it, you print it and you file it. If you're doing an online one, the system automatically records for you. So you have just to extract it and then you save it in a folder. From there, we do compiling of the reservation report, supposed to be report. So the report now will show us how many people have booked, how many are staying for that particular duration, and it provides the information for them, people who will be doing further reservations. And then we go to number 2, which is the guest registration. This is the second procedure after the booking. Now you are checking in, you are arriving during the time you said you'll be coming. So it follows the following procedure. We do pre-registration, whereby you come, you give your information, or rather information was given during the reservation. So you did a brief of registration during that period. So when you arrive now, the record will be there. So for those that have made a reservation, already registration would have taken place. For those that are walking in, you do it that time that they are there at the reception desk. And then you give them the room to the person. If they had booked in advance, the room will be already given. If not, they are picking the room at the moment, and tell them the charges. That is what we call the rate. So you tell them the different types of rooms, the standard room, the deluxe, the suite, all this, and they are charged differently. And then you establish the method of payment. Tell them if you're paying via M-Pesa, or we're doing credit cards, or we're doing travel vouchers or gift vouchers, whatever the institution has in place as their payment policy or the method of payment is what the guest will be subjected to. And then we go to the verification of the guest identity. We check their travel documents. We have the passport, we have their national ID, we have the military ID or student visas for those students who are traveling for the sake of study. So you verify if it is the person that has made the reservation, or the person that is in front of you is the person who is on the same identification documents they are issuing. And then we issue the room key. After we have verified that this is the person, they have done the payment, and now you issue them the room key. You assist them to their room if it is possible, for those that need to be assisted. And then before they leave the desk, we can entertain special requests. Maybe somebody may require to be woken up. Somebody has a child, may require nanny services, or they may require extra towels, extra something from the room if it's couples who are traveling. So you make sure that you capture the request before the guest leaves to their room. The third procedure is guest accounting. Now we are dealing with the person is still in the hotel. They move from one place to another. They visit the gym. They take a meal. They go to the spa. The costs are captured on a daily basis. So accounting means we are trying to see what has been received or what the hotel expects the person to pay. So we are creating an account that we call the folio. So we are creating account for the person to be able to update it to the time they have incurred the cost. So it involves the following. You do financial transactions, maintaining the account details. You create the folio when the guest arrives. So whenever they go to any section, they are billed directly to their account. And then you make the necessary documents for the transactions that have been made. You also ensure the accuracy of these records by making sure that the person is billed correctly, whatever they have taken, maybe from their room, from their gym, wherever they have gone within the hotel. And the last bit is the settlement of the accounts that may be done in cash or credit account. So I was talking about the folio, and it is just a record that we put. Other places they call it the accounts card or the weekly bill for the guest. So it's just postings of transactions that have taken place on a daily basis from all areas that the guest is billed from. So that is the accounting bit. And that is the end of our session. Have a good day.